What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So I had you guys ask me a bunch of questions on YouTube and Twitter, so I'm gonna sit back and answer them, and hopefully by the end of this video you guys know a little bit more about me.
Pull up in a ride, yeah, painted with some decals. I ain't never stop, can't be trusting any females. Gotta show these.
So I thought I'd start with the most asked question, and that would have to be what inspired me to edit and who is my inspiration. It's a really tough question because if we go way back to before I even started editing Fortnite, I really wouldn't say I had an inspiration. It was more or less, I really like music a lot. Editing brings kind of like that visual aspect to music, you know, kind of putting a visual representation to the music pretty much, and that's what really kind of like got me into editing naturally. But if we're talking along the lines of Fortnite, I'd have to say 12th Hour is definitely my inspiration. Back when I was on iMovie, I saw his Hope montage. Yeah, the first time I watched his Hope montage, it was actually like really eye-opening of like what you can create. Like, it was absolutely fire. And that was definitely the most iconic Fortnite montage in history, I'd have to say. So the next question is by Synthesis, and he asks, what inspired you to make your channel and what keeps you motivated to do all of it? What inspired me to make this channel is pretty much back when Fortnite was at its prime. My friends and I would play Fortnite quite a bit, and you know, we'd always hit these clips, you know, snipes or, you know, a couple double kills, stuff like that. And I just figured, you know, making just small like iMovie edits of all of our clips together, and yeah, that's kind of where the inspiration came from. I didn't really think it would ever turn into something like this. Obviously, I kind of switched it. It's not really my friends don't play Fortnite really that often anymore. But yeah, that's where it kind of started. What keeps me motivated is definitely I've built a really strong work ethic in life, I'd say. I really do believe that hard work does pay off, and my goal in life is just to be successful in life, quitting my 9-to-5 job. That's why I see potential in YouTube. I hope to hopefully turn this into a full-time job. This is definitely something that I would want to do for the rest of my life, and that's where kind of my motivation comes from, you know, just hard work, and hopefully it pays off in the future. So the next question is by Zenith and Blurred. He asks, do you plan on making more IRL content in the future, vacation vlogs, etc.? And the answer is yes. I definitely want to make more. That's definitely what I enjoy doing. At the moment, I have the intro done to my Puerto Vallarta vlogs. I got the intro done. I got about 8 to 10 minutes somewhat done. That's definitely something I definitely want to get more into. It's just kind of hard because, you know, to get that type of content, you kind of have to travel and go to crazy places, and obviously I can't do that very often. But yeah, so the next question is by Games for Noobs. He asks, is your name just random? You know, instead of texting your friends, you know, to get on and play, it was more along the lines of like, it's ShootaTime, like, you know, because we always play shooter games, and you know, it was time to play. And that's kind of where it came from, pretty much, and that's kind of like what my friend group and I were called. So it's ShootaTime, it's time to play. Yeah, that's where it comes from, and yeah. The next question is by ApolloEdits. He asks, what are some must-have plugins for editing? BCC plugins, Sapphire, Universe, and Element. The next question is by Riley Ken. He asks, how do you improve on YouTube and how do you grow your channel, and can you make a video editing tutorial? Definitely ways to improve on YouTube is definitely just with quality and creativity, I would have to say. Definitely being unique on YouTube definitely helps you stand out in front of the crowd. Another tip is definitely helping to try to grow a small returning audience. That's definitely what helps you get those engagements and helps your videos get out there more. And that's definitely what I think helps on YouTube. Along the lines of editing tutorials, I do want to make them. I think if I have some time in the future, I will definitely make ones for you guys. You guys just gotta let me know what you guys want to see. The next question is by K10. He asks, do we actually need high-rated equipment to edit? By the way, love your edits. Thank you, by the way. To answer your question, it really depends, I'd have to say. If you're a beginner and kind of want to start on a more user-friendly software like Filmora or like DaVinci, I would have to say no, you don't have to have high-rated equipment. Next question comes from Gaudi FN. He asks, what do you do if you get demotivated? As an editor, this is a very common thing that happens, is you get demotivated, tired, stuff like that. And the most simplest thing to do is really just stop what you're doing, take a step back, and just take a break from editing. So another thing to look at is just looking towards the future, really believing that hard work does pay off and what you're doing will get you to where you want to be in the future. That's definitely gives you motivation to get out of that demotive, state. It's kind of like the mindset I have, it's a really good work ethic to practice, and yeah. The next question comes from Ethord. He asks, what do you do before you got into editing? Already went over this, but I've been racing motocross since I was 3. Pretty much every weekend or every day in the summer, I'd always be going out to the track and racing and riding. I still enjoy it to this day. I'm still doing it right now, and I don't plan on stopping anytime soon, but yeah, that's what I kind of did before I was editing. The next question is by Ready84. He asks, what was the project you had the most fun doing? Really tough one, but definitely Love Montage was definitely maybe one of the most fun I had. Just between the song, I really love Arizona Zervas. The song is a banger, and also just the clips were pretty insane too, and definitely those combined definitely made it fun to edit. And yeah. The next question comes from Zeroid. He asks, what software did you start off with? I started on iMovie, and then I got a pretty crappy PC, went to Filmora, and now I'm on After Effects. This question is by my boy Facefully. He asks, what's the best way to improve your editing when you have minimal time to learn new things? This is a great question. There's a couple routes that you can do. Using other people's editing packs, it will definitely help you in the short term when it comes to improving. I don't really recommend this way just because it doesn't really make you very unique or have your own style. If you do use presets, make sure when you implement them, make sure you actually understand what they do and how they can be, implemented into your video. The second way to improve is definitely just learning the basics. That is your your set in stone of editing. And before you start editing, make sure you go over what kind of style and effects you want to project in your edits. That'll help you focus and narrow down what you need to do when you edit. There's a million things you can do in editing, and you just don't have to learn all of them, obviously. So the next question is by Dat Snitchy Pig. He asks, what's your favorite movie franchise? This is honestly a really hard one. There's so many good ones. I'll say Star Wars without 7, 8, 9. Transformers, that's definitely a good one. Definitely been liking the new Godzilla movies. Definitely Avengers. Avengers is a pretty good one. I definitely liked Infinity War and Endgame. Definitely good. So the next question is by Joker. He asks, what are your top 5 favorite montages? I'll name my favorite 3 montages. So the OG montage is definitely the Hope montage that 12th Hour made way back in the day. Definitely in Fortnite's prime is definitely the montage Axiom made with Jexify. And then in today's times, my favorite is definitely NorCal's 100k subscriber montage. The boys on that did one hell of a job, and definitely that one is going down in the books as one of the best also.
Yeah, I'm finna kill it, want some cash quick, put it on a blacklist. If you got a problem with me, I got attachments. Sick of with them ad-libs, I don't pull a fat trick. Yeah, I'm just doing me, now you cannot match this.